I'm Harry Kalodner. I'm co-founder and CTO at Offchain Labs, the core developers behind Arbitrum and Prism, and generally always work to scale blockchain and bring it to the masses. My journey as a founder has been interesting in that I never really was at all entrepreneurial or had any interest in entrepreneurship. For me, what that journey looked like was sort of having this idea that just got stuck in my head and I couldn't get rid of, and sort of drove me every day, and kind of like that led me to a sort of, career arc that I definitely would not have predicted going in. I got hooked very much on the tech before I got hooked on kind of the philosophy. I just thought it was really cool. And kind of to this day, I think like one of my biggest drivers is just how much I enjoy working with the technology. We initially started out generally as like outsiders to the space. Like we were the nerdy academics. Everybody essentially denied the existence of Arbitrum as a scaling technology because at the time there were these two leading ideas, state channels and plasma. And we were the people in the back of the room raising our hands and saying, wait, no, there are other ways to scale. I think we kind of started from the point of like both not knowing the right people and also having a relatively contrarian take to sort of like what the standard expectations around scaling were of the day. And it took us a while to kind of find our footing. Like I think from the beginning, sort of we've been laser focused on the real utility that blockchains can bring. And I like to think of it as kind of like you have like the cypherpunk utility and you have the RWA utility. And I'm a really strong believer in both of them. And kind of the beauty to me of the technology platform is the neutrality and the fact that you can really actually have a platform that can kind of serve both of those use cases. One of the other areas that we've been really kind of pushing on in recent years is basically kind of customizability and sort of self-sovereignty. Part of our thesis is that like blockchain tech is not going to be one size fits all. It's going to be settled and secured to Ethereum. It's going to interoperate through Ethereum, but kind of those layers of sort of the direct thing that users are interacting with are going to be very much shaped around their specific needs. We chose to partner with Pantera because fundamentally they had the ability to see our vision at a time when I think kind of the vast majority of people we talked to didn't see it. That Pantera like really had that vision and belief to sort of make that kind of partnership at a time where it was not the easiest, bet to make. We're our first time dealing with a lot of things that Pantera probably sees in its portfolio companies, regularly, where we were coming at them for the first time, and really having that sounding box and thought partner as we were sort of fighting our way through these big decisions was just massively helpful. As a founder, you can't just do one thing. You do everything. You wear all the hats. You need to be comfortable with kind of stepping well outside of your comfort zone, picking up new skills. 90% of the things I do today are things that I've had to learn over the course of the last years of working on the company. I'm feeling more optimistic than I ever have been that we're really starting to hit an inflection point. The notion of self-sovereignty is really kind of giving people tools of personal control that they really hold. We see the long-term arc of capitalism and there's a lot of consolidation of power. And from my perspective, cryptocurrencies are one of the only tools that actually has sort of a structural method of sort of fighting back against that accumulation of power and really sort of keeping it in the hands of individuals. And to me, from a long-term arc, that's incredibly critical.